This is Edward Mungai with Edward Mungai Fitness. We are now on day number 16 of the Tokyo 2019 Marathon Countdown. Remember, this is a 35-day countdown, and now we are almost halfway to the countdown, or to the marathon. This week is about bringing the joy of food. Yesterday, we talked about why nutrition is important. Today, I thought it is wise to show you all the kind of food that I eat. And this is a journey. I'm taking you through the journey of what I eat and what I try to eat so that then I can be able to kick the kilometers or miles if you like. Now, all this is what you find in my kitchen. Luckily, I have a very good wife who normally takes care of me. And most of these things, she's the one who is going out and getting them. Remember, we talked about one point about support. Very critical that your wife or your husband, as you get into this journey, will give you the right support. So this is all taken care of by my wife, but I'm going to introduce you to it, and I show you what I eat. For instance, if we start here with the bananas, I will not leave this house each morning without feasting on one big banana. This is because it gives me the potassium that I require to be able to build my bones, and also for the emotional balance. So I do take a banana every morning before I go to work, and I think it plays a big part in terms of my moods. Remember, we talked moods is one of the key elements that we derive from the food. Well, the other thing that I can't go to the office without is this particular thing here called oats. I have to eat an oat porridge every morning, and this oat porridge, as I make it or as it's made, is not made with any milk. So it's just water and you boil it. Fortunately, I have the energy and the motivation to eat it because I know many of you will not indulge in oats, especially when it is made with water. Now, nuts are part of my life, and we will be talking about this week that one of the key things is that you eat small but eat often. So nuts are my snacking meals, and I have ground nuts, and I have different kind of nuts that I'm using each and every day as for snacks. Again, before I leave the house, I must be able to enjoy my cup of tea. And I have a choice. I have a choice for ginger tea or just plain tea. And tea, for me, is a great ingredient because it helps me also to give me some of the, what I would call some of the energy that I need to get into this journey. It gives me caffeine, and that caffeine is necessary for the energy of the day. So tea for me is a must, and I only take 1 cup in the morning because the risk is that you could be taking 2 or 3 cups. And by the way, I take it white tea. I take it with milk because this one is made to be taken with milk. That's kind of wrap up my morning. Maybe I'll take 1 fruit, maybe an apple, or I take an orange, or even a banana. Or a mango for that matter. And that also is part of the vitamins, is also part of the game to give me some energy because I need the citric acid from the orange, I need the mangoes to supplement what I'm eating. Now that's kind of like the morning, how the morning looks like. My wife will be kind enough to pack lunch for me. And that lunch normally is packed with some carbohydrates. I have some ugali. It's also very critical that I have some potatoes because potatoes are also very nice for running. And that will form like my carbohydrates for the day, and that gives me the energy. Well, during lunchtime, I'll get a little bit of a bigger of a portion. So my wife have mastered the trick, and she will be able to pack a relatively okay portion, which should help me to go along the day. And remember, because in the evening, I have to hit at least 12 kilometers. So these 2 carbohydrates will play a big part. 2 days in a week, I should have said in my breakfast, I should have some eggs. Only 2 days in a week. And that is probably one of my sources of the proteins. I try to minimize on meats. That's why you don't see any meat here. But white meat, fish and chicken is some of my favorite. And maybe in a week I'll take 2 or 3 servings of that. But white red meat, I rarely take, probably once a week. Other fruits that are in my diet is things like avocados. And avocado give me the essence oils. It helps me also to build my bones. And also, coming from central Kenya, as many of you might be guessing now, this is one of kind of staple fruits from there. So I have to respect, I have to honor it and have some avocados every, say, in the evening, especially when I'm having githeri. I really like it mixed with corn and beans together, because then that is a traditional kind of Kikuyu meal where we used to mix it like that. Over and above that, there is other sources of proteins for me. Beans, red beans, pigeon peas, and lentils are very important protein sources for marathoners. And I think everybody should have this in their houses. If you're running, you should try and acquire these sources of protein because they will be able to help you along the way. There's 2 things that I would like to introduce you to here. One is actually, this is what we call chia seeds. This is something I've discovered in the last 1 year. And I can tell you, this is a must for runners because it helps your bones. If you have injuries, this is what takes care of it. Then in addition to that, I have something else here called the flax seeds. And these flax seeds are together mixed with this. I normally have them after work. So after work, my wife will be able to arrange that I should have a smoothie. And that smoothie is before I go for my run, will have natural yogurt. It will have both chia seeds and flax seeds. It will also have some leaves of spinach. And at the same time, it will have a little bit of what I would call, it will have, other than spinach, it will also have a banana. And when that is mixed, I have a very nice smoothie, which I take a glass of it, and then I can be able to go for my run. Spinach is very critical as vegetables for me, and I take it almost on a daily basis because they are good for your health, they are good for your bones, they are good for your running. Friends, that's a little bit of my kitchen. Before I forget, well, I also take a bit of chilies. They do help in digestion. And of course, being a man, well, sometimes we say this is a food for the men. I take a little bit of chili just also to aid in my digestion. Friends, that's a small tour to what I eat, and I've showed it to you. And before I forget, all this food is cooked only by coconut oil. No other oil is used, it's only coconut oil, which is very useful to make sure that you're managing your cholesterol. This is Edward Mungai with Edward Mungai Fitness, and I hope that you are still keeping on asking your questions, keeping on forwarding, keeping on sharing this video so that we can inspire more. And if you haven't already done the subscription, please subscribe to my channels and I can continue motivating you.